The second pick in the 1995 NBA draft goes to the Los Angeles Clippers. And that means that the Golden State Warriors will pick first in the 1995 NBA draft.
I mean, I think Stackhouse is already a man. He can come into the league and be a star immediately. I think these other fellas, easy to say while we're sitting here on the couch, but it could take them 2 or 3 years to fill out physically.
You know, I think the significant thing is, Gary, the Warriors got the very first pick. Had they gotten the second pick, that would not have been nearly as good, because now you have unlimited options. You don't have to deal with anybody. It's all you. And if you think Stackhouse is the guy, and you still think that there's a problem with Sprewell and Hardaway, you can easily, you know, cast that aside, go out and get Stackhouse, and move Sprewell for a guy at power forward. So, I mean, they're going to have to really, right now they have to compare who's a better player, Sprewell or Stackhouse. To me, is the first thing you're looking at to fit. Who do you want to play your big guard?
Don't you have to find out if Sprewell wants to stay here?
Yeah, I do,
Yeah.
but I also think that's a problem. That's going to be a problem throughout. I think whatever they're saying right now is just talk in the off-season. I mean, these guys had a problem during the course of the season, and that's not going to go away.
But just give me some names that would have equal value around the league.
I don't know, but the point is, I think, when the Warriors piece this team together, they need to acquire a power forward and a backup point guard. Sprewell could probably get you both of those players. I mean, you know, listening to your radio show and catching this show, people want to get Karl Malone. They want to get, you know, Derek Coleman and all these great power forwards. If you draft Stackhouse, keep Hardaway, keep Mullen, keep Cycli, keep Daniel Marshall, you don't need those kind of players. You need a big, tough power forward like an Antonio Davis.
With the first pick in the 1995 NBA draft, the Golden State Warriors select Joe Smith from the University of Maryland.
Well, you have to like the choice. They need rebounding, shot blocking, a coachable player. He's got outstanding leaping ability, great quickness, and a terrific low box game.
Any surprise to you, Rick Pitino?
No, not at all. He's a terrific competitor, has a great work ethic, and how do you reach your potential? Have a passion for the game, and he has it.
Joe Smith, the latest of the Golden State Warriors, who figure to have a pretty good team as is coming back if everybody stays healthy. Probably a 50-win-plus team when you take everybody into consideration on that Warrior team. Great intensity, as you see, the rebounding and the shot-blocking abilities. Needs to get stronger, don't we all? And Craig Sager standing by to talk to Joe Smith.
Okay.
The Naismith Player of the Year, the #1 pick in the entire draft. Is this a dream come true, or is this an unbelievable surprise?
It's a dream come true, more than a surprise. I mean, I worked very hard for it, and I mean, it's a great accomplishment for myself. I mean, I'm all choked up a little bit right now, but I mean, it's a great accomplishment for myself.
All right, we saw Mama, Letha. You're the youngest of 7 children. She tells us she's not cutting the apron strings. What plans do you have for you and your family?
Well, I guess she's going out to California with me. She's going out there for the first year, going to live with me, and make sure everything, my first year goes right for me.
We'll go back to Ernie.
To talk to the Golden State Warriors about this #1 pick, let's turn it over to Kevin.
All right, Ernie, thanks a lot. Dave Twardzik, obviously general manager. First pick ever for Golden State, quality kid. What were the deciding factors?
Well, he is a quality kid, and what he does on the floor is obvious, but his growth has been very impressive. He came out of the Norfolk, Virginia, and was not really the most heavily recruited guy, but continued to improve. He looked at it as a challenge, and his upside is tremendous, and he has a tremendous work ethic, and he's a blue-collar guy. He'll go in and do the dirty work. He doesn't care how he scores, if he scores. I think he's going to be a very good pick for us, and our fans will love him.
You had some pretty good players to pick from. You had Stackhouse, McDyess, you had Rasheed Wallace. What was the difference? What was the deciding factor?
Well, it is a difficult pick, and it was a difficult pick, but we have good basketball minds in the other room, and it was just something that Joe Smith gave us a little bit more. We need some size, and we're very happy with him.
Congratulations.
All right, Kevin.
All right.
The Warriors go the safe way, passing on the chance to nab a flashy so-called Michael Jordan heir apparent, and using their top pick in the NBA draft to select a player they think will turn out to be far from your average Joe. Fred Inglis was as close as he could get to the Golden State Warriors' war room.
With the first pick in the 1995 NBA draft, the Golden State Warriors select Joe Smith from the University of Maryland.
Most of the 5,000 Warrior fans at the Oakland Coliseum draft party were excited tonight when they heard Joe Smith's name. And Golden State's new brain trust decided Joe was their man several days ago.
He brings to the Warriors something that we need. He brings the size, mobility, because we do want to run. He will defend, and he can score. He has a great presence on the floor.
The biggest rap on the 19-year-old Joe Smith is that he's too thin to bang with the big guys inside.
He's very long. He's got an extremely long reach, so he's going to play bigger. He's thin right now, but he is pretty strong. He has worked on weights.
These Warrior fans then had to patiently wait for the 34th overall selection, the team's first of 4 second-round picks. And once again, they went for size. Golden State tabbed University of Florida's Andrew DeClercq in that 34th spot. Then it was 3 other bangers, including Jackson State's Dwayne Whitfield, then unknown junior college player Martin Lewis, and finally 6-foot 10-inch Michael McDonald out of New Orleans. That's too many forwards. But the rumor mill also has all of those second-rounders headed to Toronto, along with Victor Alexander and Carlos Rogers for veteran guard B.J. Armstrong. Stay tuned for confirmation on that deal. But right now, Mark Ibanez introduces us to the new #1 man, Joe Smith.
Well, Joe, congratulations, first of all, being the #1 pick, and welcome to the Bay Area.
Thanks a lot.
Joe, when you heard your name called, was it a sudden relief for you? Explain the emotions that you went through along with your family as you became the #1 pick in the draft.
It was a big relief. I mean, it lets me know that all the hard work that I've been through has really paid off for me. And I mean, and Golden State sees that, so that means that they feel very comfortable with me and with what I can do. So I mean, it's a big relief, and it lets me know that to continue to work hard, and to continue to pay for me.
Joe, you were out here for just a brief period of time. Give us your reaction to the Bay Area, and where do you think you'd like to make your home once you're out here with the Warriors?
I really didn't get a chance to see, where the homes are, and things like that. So I like quietness, and that's something I'm looking for. And I mean, the area is pretty good, a pretty nice area. And I mean, it was raining when I was out there, so I really didn't get a chance to see much. But I heard the sun is out now, so hopefully tomorrow when I get there, the sun will still be shining, and I can get a chance to see some sights.
What would be your objectives and goals to try and accomplish in your first season to try and get this team back to respectability?
I mean, considering that the Golden State, have pretty good personnel, when everybody's healthy, I mean, I'm just going to come in and try and step in, and help out as much as possible. I mean, they have a lot of scorers, so I mean, that's something that they don't need, but what they need is somebody to help pick up the defense, somebody, to come in and grab some extra rebounds for them, and that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm a type person that hates to lose, and I mean, I want to come in and, bring a lot more wins than what they had this season, and hopefully contend for a playoff spot.
All right, Joe, thank you for taking the time. I know a lot of people are looking forward to seeing your game up close and personal. And when you're looking for a place, I understand Chris Webber left a real nice home behind, so you might want to check it out.
Okay.
All right, let's lay out the top 10. Following Smith, Clippers go for San Antonio, or rather Antonio McDyess, and then trade him to Denver for Brian Williams and Rodney Rogers. The Sixers wind up with Jerry Stackhouse. Rasheed Wallace will join Chris Webber in Washington. The T-Wolves take the high school kid, Kevin Garnett, and Big Country Reeves goes to the new Vancouver franchise. Toronto gets Damon Stoudemire. Sean Respert picked by Portland. The 9th pick is Ed O'Bannon. He'll go to Jersey, and Kurt Thomas selected by the Heat.
The Coliseum had no objection when the Warriors and the NBA #1 pick was called.
The Golden State Warriors select Joe Smith.
Geez, the Rockets' red glare over at the Coliseum. The fireworks there. Smith goes 6'10", 220. He's 19 years of age. He leaves Maryland after his sophomore year. The one big knock on Smith, is he physical enough for the rigors of the NBA?
I mean, that's something I'm working on right now. I'm in the weight room almost every day, and I'm looking forward to getting a lot stronger. I mean, I'm not going to put on as 15 or 20 pounds, right away like people expect me to, but I'm going to work as hard as I can to put on as much weight as I can, before the season starts.
He has great court awareness. He is very unselfish, is willing to give it up, and can do a lot more than he had to do or was asked to do at Maryland.
He has a great presence about him when on the floor, and I think he really has a lot of qualities that this team continues to need if we're going to continue to get better.